Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Meets Vodka. I'm your host, Raya, and I'm handling life one shot at a time. Sit back, relax, let's talk all things pop culture, celebrities, gossip, trends, and let's become best friends. What? I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm so excited to be here. If you're loving the show, please give me a 5-star on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get podcasts. Subscribe on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, again, anywhere you get podcasts. And if you want to be a guest, I would love to have you on. Please fill out the guest form at the link in the bio and below at the show notes, and we'll be in touch. This week we have a Brews and Booze review for you. We are going to be reviewing Saint Spritz, which is allegedly owned by JoJo Fletcher. Is that correct, Kathy?
Yes, and Mallory Patton.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Me either.
Should I? I actually found out about this brand because they were doing a tasting at HEB. Shout out Heb. And yeah, so I'm excited to try it. Okay, we're gonna be doing the Hugo Spritz, which is that elderflower and lime. I've actually had one time, like somebody made me one. I didn't realize that this was an actual drink. Kathy, tell us a little bit about the brand. But it is JoJo Fletcher, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I actually, fun fact, that's the only season I watched of The Bachelor or Bachelorette start to finish. I don't know why. I think she's so beautiful and I loved her. And I just immediately knew from day one her and Jordan were it. So.
I didn't watch her season.
You didn't?
No, I didn't start watching till Colton season.
Shout out Tajwan. One hit wonder, baby. That's how we do it.
So the brand it was born out of a passion for iconic Italian flavors and a commitment to creating a better for you ready-to-drink beverage that anyone can enjoy anytime, anywhere. Oh, their sister-in-law.
Who?
JoJo Fletcher and Mallory Patton are sisters-in-law.
On her side?
It doesn't say. It just
has to be her side because nobody's talking to Rogers. What's his name? Aaron.
It says we are proud to be female-founded and family-run.
Oh, we love that. Actually, now it's coming back to me. When I did when I met the girl for the tasting at HEB, she did tell me that they got the idea when they were in Italy together and they wanted like a canned Aperol Spritz and a can. So I think it initially started with Aperol Spritz and now they have this flavor, the Hugo Spritz with the elderflower. They have the Aperol Spritz and they have one other. So they have 3 flavors. So we'll be able to try them all. But okay, let's give this a whirl. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh.
That's good.
I like. Ooh, it's kind of minty. Oh, look at that. Mint right on the photo right here.
The mint's kind of strong.
I like it though. So the photo has baby's breath, lime, mint, and I guess elderflower. Or maybe that's the elder. I don't know. I like it. The mint is strong. It's giving refreshing though.
Yeah,
all the flavors are mixed pretty well.
It's really light.
I'm gonna give this a 5. I could probably have 2 or 3 of these. You know how my stomach be.
This is good. I give it like a 4.5.
4.5. This is 5% ABV, 12 fluid ounce. What does this say? I can't read this.
A departure in every can.
There you go. Okay, departure in every can. I don't know if I want to be flying soon, but okay. Speaking of, we'll get into that. We love this. Okay, Saint Spritz, I'm giving this a 5. Kathy's giving this a
4.5.
4.5. We love it. You guys, Coco is home. I'm so excited. He's done with his training. And just a little update. I'm definitely going to have the trainers on soon. And we want to have him on place, in the studio. I don't know if that's allowed. I'm throwing it out there. We'll see what's up. So anyways, yes, I'm going to be interviewing the trainers. And I think I've also learned a lot. And every time I go or I went to go meet with him for his weekly training, session, like I just always felt like a shitty mom. I'm somebody who has had dogs my entire life, like since I was in the womb, okay? I have never like really had to train my dogs. Like I've just always been like very connected to them, and it's such a long journey. Something that I will delve deep into when I have the trainers on. And I think it's probably going to be a very emotional episode for moi personally. But anyways, more about Coco. I'm so happy. It was honestly great money spent. The reason why I took him to training, as you know, he's 5. He'll be 6 in August, my little Leo Stellium baby. But he was neglected in the backyard for 5 years. Basically, his owners got him from the Humane Society, which I don't know why you would rescue a dog to like have his ass outside for 5 years. It like doesn't make sense, but whatever. And he's honestly like the sweetest little Velcro dog anyways. Like I think that's just his nature and his breed. And so for him to be neglected is obviously like very huge. So we were working on his social skills and being more like socialized with other dogs and other people, and just really building his mental confidence. And I can literally see a difference, and I'm so proud of him. He's going to be a new dog by next summer. And I'm just going to continue to work with him. That's going to be another hobby for 2025. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm grateful. He likes to work, and you know, if he was Ken, which he is my Ken, but if he was Ken, he would be like place. Like, you know how Ken is like beach, Roscoe would be place. He loves place. That's his favorite thing. So I'm very proud of him and all that he has accomplished. Coco, if you ever listen to this, which why don't I actually put on the podcast while I'm away so they can listen to my voice? Like I should brainwash my dogs, you know? You guys, this weekend I went to the horse races at Sam Houston Racetrack. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never been to the horse races. I actually went for like this networking event. I wasn't interested. It was kind of a weird event, but I guess I made like one connection. Like I met a couple cool girls. So like, you know, we got all their LinkedIn and their social and stuff. So everybody was very young. Me and my friend were fucking geriatric there. I'm saying geriatric, you know? But we go to the horse races and I'm thinking like polo, I'm thinking upper echelon, I'm thinking I'm gonna meet my rich husband there. Nothing of the sort. It is giving bowling alley. It is giving bingo hall. Okay, like I actually don't ever want to go back. Maybe in the summer and the spring, it's nicer and it was cold. I don't know. It was just like a weird vibe. So that was my first experience and I wasn't impressed. Yesterday, I went to Uncorked, which is the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo kickoff. And basically, it's all you can drink wine. You do like wine tastings and all you can eat food. And it's like every restaurant in Houston, I guess that like submits. I don't know. There's like 400 people there, I feel like vendors. And you vote on your favorite wine and food. I forgot to vote and then they were mad at me, but whatever. Great event. I love also that I went for free because nothing tastes as good as free. And I got me a little dinner. And you know, when times are tough in this economy, you gotta go for free sometimes, you know? I don't mean to be a grifter, as you will. But you know, whatever. It was really great. It was my first time there. Apparently, they've only done that Uncorked event the past like 6 or 7 years. I will be definitely going back again next year. And I think that's going to be the extent of my rodeo experience because Cook-Off is coming up this week. When this episode airs, it'll be the first day of Rodeo Cook-Off, which is Thursday, the best night. It's sponsor night. Then you have Friday after work. Then you have Saturday, all day Saturday. And as you know from last year, me and my friend had a crazy, I mean, it wasn't crazy like wild, it was just crazy walking experience. Like it literally took us 2 hours to like go just just right there. We were like, we walked miles across NRG to like get to the exit. And then we were like in line to exit for 2 fucking hours. It was crazy. I feel like my friend still has scars on her feet. Although last night, and then we were asking at cook-off, like, hey, can you take us in the golf carts to like go to the front? And everybody was like, no, they were so rude. But today or yesterday when me and my friend parked, they were like, hey, do you want to ride to the front? Yes, thank you. Uncorked. I had a great experience. 10/10. Totally recommend. We did get table tickets. I don't think that's absolutely necessary. I would definitely just do general admission because we walked around the whole time and like didn't even go to the table. So I loved that. Oh, you know what else I was thinking of when I went to the horse races, going back to that? And when I met these girls, so it was like an energy, corporate energy networking meetup or something. I don't know, girl. People be posting in the group chat and I be signing up and going, okay? I love to network. I love meeting people. So the girls that we met, I'm like, me and my homegirl. You gotta know where that's from. If you can't go to Bella Noche, where the hell can you go? You know? Okay. Well, anyways, me and my friend were like, again, geriatric, right? These girls, very much younger than us, were like, oh, what do you guys do? Riddling off corporate lingo. It was giving corporate errand. I don't know what the fuck was going on. And she goes, oh, so you guys have careers. And I couldn't agree more. And as somebody who is like an entrepreneur, being real estate in the podcast, I'm so far removed from corporate lingo and like the corporate ladder as a whole. Like I was sitting there like listening to her talk and it was like womp, 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 womp. And I was like, wow, I'm a dumbass. Like I literally like, I have brain rot and I don't know any of the words that she's saying. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't speak your language. You're so smart. You're so accomplished. I hope I'm not bringing down the group average. Okay. And they're like, no, you're not. You're the vibes. Truly all I can offer is vibes, you know? So I thought that was so funny. And I totally said that to her. I was like, wow, you guys are so smart. Keep that up because we need that. Women in STEM. Am I right? We love that. Okay, my favorite topic probably of this episode, Miss Meghan Markle has once again rebranded American Riviera Orchard to As Ever. I fell asleep early one day, whenever her announcement was last week, and I woke up at 1 a.m. to this news of her rebranding and coming up with yet another lifestyle brand and no product. Okay, so let's see. We have American Riviera Orchard. We have With Love, Meghan from Netflix that got pushed back until March 4th or 14th, one of the two. So it should be coming up soon. It's a cooking lifestyle show. We have also with American Riviera Orchard, it was just supposed to be jams. Now we have As Ever, because it always is and it always was, is her definition of choosing As Ever, because she doesn't want to just be confined to jams. She wants to be a lifestyle brand, an international lifestyle brand, Sonia Morgan. Then she has the podcast that got canceled. Then she has the Netflix that didn't, like, no one gave a fuck about her 6-part series. I watched the first 3. It was very hard to get through. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm standing on business. I'm fucking done. I'm done. I've been trying to be like neutral and kind of give them the benefit of the doubt, but also still calling out the hypocrisy. I'm done. This is so fucking stupid. And then, mind you, she's in a lawsuit now with this, or maybe not a lawsuit because they're a small brand. This small boutique in New York has had a clothing line called As Ever for the last 7 years. And I just feel like Meghan really like runs around her castle or her Montecito mansion castle and is like, I want As Ever. And I feel like she goes to Harry and she's like, Harry, I've just been really thinking that, American Riviera Orchard is only our neighborhood and only, the people that live in this neighborhood know that Montecito and Santa Barbara is called the American Riviera Orchard. And nobody else knows that. So instead of being too niche, I just want it to be called As Ever. And I want you to get me that trademark, whatever needs to be done no stopping. And then he's like, okay, yeah, Megan, I sure will do. And I just like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. And I'm just like, does anybody on her team do research? Like, or does she, I feel like she employs people who like secretly hate her, because how the fuck would you not do like a quick Google search? Also, when she got Archwell Productions or whatever, like archwell.com, somebody already bought the domain. And like they had to be Archwell Productions or something like that, or like they already got her name. Like, how do you guys? That's giving Jackson Brittany when they announced they were pregnant and somebody stole the Instagram handle Baby Conchi, because that's really Jax's last name and not Taylor. And it's like, so now they had to be Baby Cruz Conchi or whatever the fuck their baby Instagram name is. It's like, why would you guys not secure the Instagram, the trademark, the domain, everything like that before you announce something? Like, it's just so impulsive. And so then she sits in her garden and she like, I don't know if Harry's filming. I feel like he is. Like, I feel like he is the assistant, to be honest. And I feel like he just sits there and he's like filming in her garden. She's like, wait, can you get this angle? And she's like, instead of cutting that like a normal person, she's trying to be like more relatable. And it's like, oh my God, we have bloopers just like you know? And she's like sitting in her garden and she's just like, so I'm so excited to be announcing this. American Riviera Orchard is just, it's more than jams. It's a lifestyle brand. And I just feel like, as ever, it's me. And like, she's signing everything on her Instagram as ever, Megan. It's just annoying, okay? And this isn't because I wanted her to do so much good. And she's literally throwing shit at a wall, hoping it sticks, and then it just slides down the wall. Like, there's no Velcro on anything she throws at the wall. And I'm done. I'm disappointed. I'm just annoyed about it. I don't think she deserves the hate that she gets, but also she's putting herself in this situation. Like, I don't know how the fans can defend her at this point. You guys are just like blindly defending her, and there's like no brand to support. Like, she has not put out one fucking thing, okay? I'm obviously very impassioned. I'm just annoyed. Kathy, do you have anything to add?
About Meghan Markle?
Yeah.
I just can't keep up with her.
And that's another point.
When you sent me that, I was like,
You sent me tears.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like crying, laughing. It was like, oh my God, like, yeah, we literally can't keep up. And I just, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. And where is the fucking jams? Okay. I really want to know, because I would have loved to do a Brews and Booze, but like special edition, jam edition of Buckingham Palace's jams and Meghan Markle's American Riviera Orchard / as ever jams. Okay. And how are you just going to send it to your friends? Whatever. Okay, whatever. Okay, I saw this on TikTok. I don't know how true it is, but apparently Oxford College or Oxford University in Oxford, England, I want to say, are doing the only study on COVID, and it's like past effects from, the brain and like whatever. Okay, I think I have this. Apparently it like causes severe memory loss, and obviously, your senses and stuff may never be the same, whatever. Anyways, it attacks something where there's memory loss, okay? Obviously I have it. You're seeing it in real time. I have been forgetting words like right and left, and I really need to get back on my lion's mane, because I also have the gene where I have like early onset Alzheimer's, and I just know I'm going to get it at 35, because I still can't even remember anything. And unfortunately, both my grandmas died of dementia. And I just do think that is like stress induced, and I'm no doctor, but I'm petrified that I'm going to get that. And last week I watched the Gabby Petito documentary. I'm always watching true crime, and I thought this was really a phase. And I'm not watching true crime in the sense that like, oh, I want to be a sleuth and figure out the the case and the facts and all that stuff. I'm watching true crime because I cannot wrap my head around such evil in the world. And I think it's like such a masochistic, like empath thing, to just really try to understand why people tick the way that they do. And also to stay vigilant. So I watched this documentary. She passed away in 2021 in Utah, I want to say, and by the hands of her boyfriend. So it was by the coroner, it was strangulation and blunt force trauma. And then Brian Laundrie, of course, was the boyfriend, and he committed suicide, I think, 7 to 10 days later. Now, what is crazy about this documentary is, one, it's like still very new and fresh and like real, right? Two, she wanted to be a van lifer or #van lifer vlogger. So she wanted to do the van life during COVID, and she really wanted to take off to be her job and her career. She was working at Taco Bell. She was saving up all this money to get a van. The van was in her name. The title was in her name. She purchased the van. Like, it was really nice. And so she went on this 45-day like road trip with her boyfriend / fiance at the time, Brian Laundrie, to go to all of these national parks and kind of film, like, you know, what it's like living in a van and hiking and doing all this like fun outdoor stuff. Well, he turned out to be abusive, and there was there's body cam footage that surfaced like maybe like a week after she passed away, from one of the police officers in Moab. Is that in Utah? I think it is. And basically saying, a caller said that oh my God, I'm getting drunk now. Jesus Christ. A caller called into 911 saying that he saw a domestic violence incident happen where the boyfriend slapped the girlfriend, said the van, described the van, gave the license plate, whatever. And then they like kind of hit a curb because I guess they were fighting and whatever. And they got pulled over. Well, long story short, she's crying and hysterical and has red marks all over her face. Brian Laundrie is cool, calm as a cucumber, like chumming it up, laughing, telling jokes with the fucking police officers. And they all ganged up basically on Gabby, saying that she was the aggressor. Mind you, she's probably 100 pounds soaking wet. Like, she is tiny, like hysterical. She's like, I just have OCD and anxiety, and he really stresses me out, and like, this is my van, and blah, blah, blah. The police decide to put him in a domestic violence free hotel for the night, and have her, a young 22-year-old girl, in the van out in the wilderness at a campsite by herself. 7 days after that, she dies. 7 days after that incident, he strangles her and leaves her for dead in the like, not even in the woods, like literally in the desert. They find her body 10 to 15 days later, and or maybe a couple months later. Now I can't remember. It was a while. She was in fetal position, her hair was covered, and obviously they did an autopsy and found out the cause of death. He commits suicide and leaves a suicide letter full of just fake. Like, the incident is not what happened, and it's not what happened and occurred based off of the evidence that they found Gabby, right? The weird and sinister part of all of this is his parents. Immediately, after he kills Gabby, we can assume, he calls his parents and has multiple long conversations all day, like hours long, back to back to back to back to back. They immediately hire a lawyer, and he drives back to Florida with the van. They say that, oh, they don't know where the van is, and they bought him a flight back. Not true. The van is in the driveway. The police, the Florida police, go to the Laundrie's house. They open the door, and they immediately say, no comment, we've hired a lawyer. Why would you hire a lawyer? Like, your son is missing. Like, you wouldn't hire a file of missing persons, any of this. Gabby's missing. You're not answering. Her parents blocked her parents on text. And then they were like, oh, Brian's here. And they're like, oh, Brian's there. Like, can we talk to him? And they were like, no, we've hired a lawyer. You can contact the lawyer. Here's his card. Shut the door. It was so weird. The Laundries have never been indicted or questioned or anything, which I think is weird. I don't know how the law works, and especially in the state of Florida, but I definitely think they had something to do, cover up, with the murder. They definitely knew what he did. I'm sure he confessed to them. Also, what's really crazy is that the mom, Brian Laundrie's mom, wrote him a letter, Brian Christopher Laundrie, burn after reading. And in the letter, it said, I love you so much, something along these lines. If you killed somebody, I would help you bury the body. And there was another incriminating line in there as well. And it's just very sinister. Like, their relationship is weird. It's too close for comfort. The letter is really weird and telling, and they have never been charged with anything. They've never been investigated. The FBI agent, Loretta, who is on this case from New York, she gets very emotional at the end of the documentary, which is very true, and there was a lot of coverage in the media saying like, oh, because Gabby is like a white, young, blonde female, that obviously she's getting a lot of coverage, and a lot of POC people do not get coverage in the media, which is very true. The family said that initially it upset them, and then they were like, no, like we need everybody to get found. And to circle back to that, Loretta, the FBI agent, said that exact thing, and she got very emotional, saying like, my work here is not done. She's like, there are so many women who are, who go through domestic violence, who are missing, and who do not get the same exposure as Gabby Petito, and we need to do a service for them as well. So, and justice for them. So, and I think it's very important to believe women. Yes, of course, there's the off chance that, people lie. But for the most part, I mean, like, why aren't we being investigated? Why aren't those smaller communities being investigated or whatever? I mean, we know why. And it's just very sad. And I think everybody should be treated equal. But fortunately, that's not the society that we live in. Hopefully one day, rainbows and butterflies, we can all be equal. But it is very sad. I do highly recommend watching the documentary and like just really knowing the signs of domestic violence. And if you are in a relationship like that, which unfortunately, I do feel like a lot of women have been in relationships like that, emotionally abusive, physically abusive, know the signs, know when to get out. And the sad part is she called her ex-boyfriend, and it was like almost too late type thing. Like, she was really trying to concoct an out. She was trying to figure out how she can get out of this relationship, this engagement. And it was too late for her. And I hope it's not too late for you. And, if you are seeing the signs, please try to get help, at least reach out to somebody, and hopefully, this documentary saves you and others alike. Okay. Other on, like, law news, Kim Kardashian is in a lawsuit for posting the wrong inmate, Ivan Cantu. I mean, it's Kim Kardashian. She hasn't been able to pass the baby bar 7 times. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny that she's getting sued by the real Ivan Cantu, or I guess they're both the real Ivan Cantu, but she posted his like LinkedIn photo over his like jail photo. And they're 2 different Ivan Cantus, and she meant to post the death row one, and then now that guy who's in corporate America is suing her. Honestly, rightfully so. Are you guys watching Paradise on Hulu? Because if you're not, you need to immediately watch it. So Paradise on Hulu is so good. You guys have to watch it. Sterling K. Brown is, he's from This Is Us, if you guys remember. But I don't even want to tell you like anything about the show. It's giving dystopian. It's Paradise is a very telling title for this series. I'm just going to say that. I don't even want to describe it. I'm not doing good, but I do know that it's all over TikTok right now, and it sounds like it's ads, but it's not. It's just a really good show. And what I have to say about this is like, we're fucking parched from a show this good, like something super original, something not, like a repeat or like whatever. It's really good. It's a mind fuck. It's like a psycho thriller. And I feel like if you think that you have it figured out, you don't. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Because season 1 hasn't wrapped, and I think it's new episodes on Thursday. Am I wrong? Not sure. But look on Hulu. You guys, the Delta flight that crashed in Toronto with no fatalities, thank God, Delta is offering only $30K per survivors. Baby, that's not enough for me for a near-death experience and the wings fell off. Like, what is going on? I'm glad nobody, there was no fatalities. I saw this week too that they have their first lawsuit, rightfully so. 30K people were saying you can't even go first class you can get like one round trip first class to like Europe or something. That's it. 30K in this economy? I'm going to need more. I'm going to need millions. I'm going to need also think of the fucking trauma. Like, I don't think there's enough SSRIs in the world to sedate my ass. Like, I would straight up have to be on like barbiturates. Like, I just want to be like zanned out and like, oh my God, like life's great. Like fucking some 1950s, 60s shit. Like there's not enough medication in the world to cure me of that trauma to calm my fucking body down. So yeah, 30K is not going to be enough for me. And we're going to need to up that number. The SAG Awards were last night. I didn't watch because I was at Uncorked, as you know, for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Kristen Bell did a great job as a host, though. I did see some clips. And Leighton Meester has signed on for season 2 of Nobody Wants This. I said Nobody Ends With Us. I guess I'm obsessed with Blake and Justin Baldoni because I literally can't stop saying it ends with us. It's like fucking burned into my brain. Which, by the way, did you guys see the Hollywood Reporter cover this week of Blake versus Baldoni? And honestly, it's crazy. She wants to sue the Hollywood Reporter. I think she's either opened a lawsuit or is filing something against the Hollywood Reporter this week because she's like, this is painting me in a bad light and blah, blah, blah. Baby, you paint yourself in a bad light. Leighton Meester has signed on for season 2 of Nobody Wants This. I'm excited. I loved that series. I'm a little bit bummed that they definitely came out and said that Sasha, Adam Brody's brother, and then Kristen Bell's sister, I forget her name in there, but Sasha is his character name, are not getting together. Which normally, obviously, I don't condone cheating or anything like that, but I feel like they have chemistry. But they like hate each other, but then I feel like they could end up falling in love, but maybe they'll just be best friends. I don't know. So I'm excited for season 2 and see, I wonder what Leighton Meester's role is going to be because
it said she's going to be like some like mean influencer. Like she has a role already.
Oh, mean influencer?
Yeah. So she's going to be like Blair Waldorf again.
Oh, I love that. Gossip Girl Unite. Okay. Well, I'm excited. Last week, A$AP Rocky got acquitted from his lawsuit or whatever that he allegedly shot somebody. Apparently, there wasn't enough evidence to convict him, which what I find most fascinating about this case, nobody's really reporting on it. He must have a good lawyer, and obviously he's partners with Rihanna. They brought their 2 sons to the courtroom, painting him in a light of like what such a good dad and blah, blah, blah. I unfortunately don't know too many details about this case, but they were saying something about that he was painting the picture that it was a fake gun and that this guy's lying, and I don't know. It was like inner high school conflict because I think the guy that apparently is suing him and claims that he got shot was one of his A$AP friends from high school. I just can't believe that he got acquitted. Like, I feel like the evidence is there. Oh, and then one of the guys, now my friend sent it to me, but now I feel like it's like far down on my Twitter messages. But one of the guys took the stand and the prosecutor asked him what twag means or something, twage, age, something like that means. And you can hear A$AP Rocky say, nope, don't say it, like from his chair. And then the guy just immediately shuts up. And like it says the first rule of twage, I think it's TWAGE, twage or whatever, is never tell what twage means. Rule number 2, refer to rule number 1. I don't know, babe. That's crazy. And what a crazy name, too. I guess I don't really want to know what it means, but anyways, so he got acquitted. Rihanna's been in the studio for the last 8 years, she says, too, about creating new music. And apparently it's something that we've never heard before. It's not radio friendly and it's going to be hard to digest, is what she said. So we'll see it when we believe it, I guess. Speaking of, I just saw this. Apparently Beyonce and Jay-Z are suing Rihanna and A$AP Rocky? Question mark? I don't know. This is alleged and it was just a blurb on Twitter. Don't know if it's true. Don't know if it's AI generated, but it says Carter's versus Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, I want to say, or just maybe Rihanna, and then Carter's versus Fenty. So I don't know what's going on there. There was like nothing to click on. It didn't say, it just said a bunch of like, article, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to go Google that. As you know, I'm not really a researcher, you guys. So that will be a developing story. That's interesting. Also another thing that's really creepy is Karen Olympus. I think that's her last name, from The Bachelor years ago, made an AI version of herself. I feel like this is true. I'm not too sure. I mean, she posted it was from her account, but she was like, you can now talk to me. This AI version of me talks, thinks, and speaks like me. That's creepy. I've always been scared of the future, or like futuristic technology like that. I'm not really like a futuristic person. I don't like technology. I think sure, it obviously is great. Like the good parts of social media is great when you can connect with people over the world and be positive. But the downside is obviously bullies and just, AI taking over and robots. And oh my God, speaking of robots, you guys, the little robots in LA or big cities like that. I'm like about to cry. The ones that like deliver your food.
We have that here.
We do?
Yeah, they've served me food before.
How do you get that?
They have them at like sushi restaurants.
And
they come and bring out like your little appetizers.
It's probably like in a certain area though, right? Oh, like at the restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy too. I'm talking about the ones that like will deliver from the restaurant to your house.
Oh.
Because that you probably have to live in an area, but I've never seen that.
Yeah, I've had them before. They're kind of cool.
Oh my God, I'll have to go to the restaurant. Okay, but like my point in saying that is they just like really like, oh my God, I immediately want to cry and it's so cute. It's kind of giving Wall-E. And I fucking hate when I see people online being mean to the little robots. And yesterday on Twitter, or maybe TikTok, whatever, I saw a robot kind of struggling. He was like getting in a fight with a branch. Like he couldn't figure it out. Like he was like trying to go over this hump and I just almost lost my mind. I was like, oh my God, I just want to help him. It like really brings tears immediately to my eyes. I don't know if I'm the only one. It might be a little weird, but whatever. Another thing that you guys should watch on, continuing my Belle Gibson saga, she has a couple of new documentaries out. So I'm going down the rabbit hole and watching those. So I'll be discussing that next week, but just wanted to point that out if you guys are still like into it, and like the con of the fake cancer of it all. So for Belle Gibson, we have apple cider vinegar, you have the 60 Minutes Australia, and you have this new documentary, which I forget what it's called. But it just aired. And then also for Scamanda, you have Scamanda on Hulu and the podcast and everything like that. So be sure to watch those. Okay. I didn't get to watch, let's wrap up with some Bravo news. You guys, I'm cringed out. This last week of Southern Charm, Shep and the crew are finally in the Bahamas meeting up with Sienna, and they're going to dinner. And Sienna is like, we're not dating, and what's so great about us is we're both non-committal. The only cringe part that the whole episode is just cringe. And honestly, it just kind of warms my heart that Shep is getting a taste of his own medicine. Like, I don't hate him or anything, but I just think it's just so funny. Like, it's just so funny that he's getting a taste of his own medicine. And like, Sienna is not fucking into him in the slightest. And she's like, what's so great about us is that we're both non-committal. he's like, I'm madly in love with you. Babe, you haven't seen her in a month and a half and you guys have barely spoke. Like, what are you in love with? You're in love with the idea of her and her being, and he says it. He's like, she's just the most accomplished 26-year-old model that I've ever seen in my life and blah, blah, blah. Who would have thought that Austin Kroll being the voice of reason in this season of Southern Charm, who would have thought that I would have been switching sides? I think when I started watching it earlier in the season, I was like Team Craig. Immediately when I got more of the picture, I think Craig is out of line. Like, I agree with Madison. I think he's being a little harsh on Austin. Austin is straight up the voice of reason. So the next morning after they all go to dinner and Sienna fakes a tummy ache, Shep texts her this like long text, like, oh my God, it's just so cringe about, this is what he said to Sienna. Mind you, hasn't seen her in a month and a half. She's 26 and he's 45 or 6. He's not into it. Good morning, Sienna. Listen, I love seeing you and no one else. No one. But I'm not going to try to convince somebody that they love me for 3 days, especially when I know deep down they do. Here's to hoping you understand my feelings and exalt them. I just don't feel this way ever. I know that you agree and you feel a lot of what I do because I've heard it from your perfect little freckled lips. And those around us can say and think what they will, but we'll have the last laugh because we'll always have love, laughter, and everything that matters. Okay, my TED Talk is over. Perfect little freckled lips! I'm like Austin and evaporated. That was so cringy. I kind of love that their friends are like supporting them, but also like calling them out and being like, that's so cringe, you know? So wow, good luck with that. I want to wrap on this. I didn't get to see this last episode of Summer House yet, but Amanda Petula's swim line has dropped. It's not getting rave reviews as we thought online. A lot of people are kind of comparing it to just a regular Amazon swimsuit. There's no support. The reason why she started the swimsuit line was because it was supposed to be for bigger bust girls like herself, because she personally has the issue of never being able to find a bathing suit that like works well with her. And it's expensive. It's $175 for both the top and the bottom. The overarching like reviews are that it's cheap. I personally won't be buying it just because like I'm a cheap ass and I can't afford a $175 bathing suit. Yeah, she has responded to some of the comments saying thank you, like I'm gonna bring this back to the team, which is good, and hopefully maybe round 2 will be better. Us Bravo fans love to support our Bravo celebrities. And, you know, I hope that she gets it together. I got served the most disturbing ad from Carl Radke and Soft Bar, which launches soon in New York. One, I'm not mad at the Soft Bar concept. I think it's a great concept. Soft Bar is Carl Radke of Summer House's new venture of a sober mocktail bar. Okay, in my opinion, is that not just a restaurant that serves mocktails? Whatever. It's called Soft Bar. He's like, I've poured my heart and soul in this in 4 years. Babe, you're 42. Like, I would hope that you've poured your heart and soul into a job finally. You know what I mean? I don't want this to fail, but I did click on the TikTok ad and say, do not serve me this content again. I am not a Carl fan. I think he's cringy. I think he's super inauthentic. I think he has no direction in life. And I hope this Soft Bar does give him some type of direction. I could be cohesive with him in a group setting, civil, like, you know, whatever. But I'm just not the biggest Carl Radke fan. I always go ham on him and then I end up cutting it out of the episode because I feel like an asshole because I don't want to kick anybody when they're down. But it just is like, it's another hypocrite to me. It's like he comes back like season 2, okay, I'm Carl 2.0, lost my job again. Like, you know, babe, maybe sales is not your thing. I don't think entrepreneurship is your thing. And again, I don't want this Soft Bar to fail. Like, I think it's a great concept. I'm loving the sober movement, the run club, the like, you know, group activities that like, let's be more healthy and like body conscious and mind conscious. Like, I'm into that. I don't know. It took you calling off your wedding and like Lindsay calling you out. I don't even want to say berating you because I feel like what she said was true. to finally get some direction in life. But that's all I have for you this episode, guys. Please rate and subscribe anywhere you get podcasts. Give me a 5-star. Follow me on Instagram at coffee.meets.vodka and on TikTok at coffee.meets.vodka. If you want to email me comments, questions, concerns, if you want to be a guest, coffeemeetsvodkapod@gmail.com. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.